I have received a lot of Instagram messages on tips on how to learn German, so I have asked him to make this video with me.
Yeah, we just woke up and she was like, hey, you know, I got so many messages, let's make a video. And it's 9 o'clock right now, and we wanted to share with you 8 tips on how you can start learning German and actually get better on it. Now, before I start this video, I just wanted to tell you that, you know, there's a myth which everybody says that, hey, once you go to Germany, you will just learn German automatically, which is like absolutely false. I've seen people here from different kind of like backgrounds who are living here since 10 years and they cannot speak any German at all. The problem is, until you actually invest time in something, you wouldn't really progress in it. So like, even if you're like living around in a completely German environment, but you're not investing time in actually like sitting down and learning the language, it is not going to come. And that is why it is very important that, you know, you at least start following these 8 tips so that you can just improve your German learning better.
Tip number 1 is finding a PENPAL, and we know a good website for that. It's called Students of the World, and the link is in the description. And there you can meet students all over the world, and they mostly have the aim to improve their language skills. So you can look for Germans, and these Germans most probably they want to learn English, so you can have some sort of arrangement that he helps you with your German and that you help him with his English. And then what we used to do when he was learning German, we used to choose a topic and then he used to write me a long text about it, and then I just used to check like his grammar and in general how he used to write.
Yeah.
And I used to do a lot of corrections in the beginning, but it really helped, and I think he improved his writing that way.
I think writing is really important, and first of all, even if like your German like PENPAL cannot give you a topic or something, go through the different kind of like, I don't know, news articles that you're seeing in the morning and pick one topic that would make sense and like write about it. It's really simple, and many a times if you have these German learning books that we will talk about in the next points, then it will also be very helpful for you, because you would be able to actually understand that, alright, this is a topic and I can write about this and I can ask my German PENPAL to like just check it out. The second thing that I want to discuss is like, you should definitely have some books for learning German, because people think that going around different online resources will help it. But yeah, this is like the one I used for B2, it's called Seal. But there's also like something for C1. I used Tangram from A1 to B1.
When I used to visit him in India, I used to bring him so many books.
Yeah, the most important thing is like, you just don't take books not seriously just because they're books, and maybe like books is an old-fashioned way of learning. I don't think that. It's very important. You should still have them, because you always know as soon as you complete this book, maybe you completed the book of A1.1, you understand that if you have learned everything here, if you know all the words, if you have reached the level that the book wants you to reach, for example in speaking, in listening, in writing, then you're at A1.1. So like, it's very easy to evaluate at what kind of level you are currently.
And then one thing I want to mention, if you worry about like the price of the book, I think books are the best investment you can make, and you just learn so much. So I don't think you should like think about the price. You should just buy it, because this is something really helpful. And if you think about it, just don't go to Domino's twice or thrice and you already have that.
Yeah, people like money. Really underestimate how much money they're spending on food, and how much they could be like actually spending on like proper things which will help them further.
We have that same problem. I'm so stupid. I think 20 euros for something, but then we go order something to eat and it's also 20 euros.
Also, another important thing that you can use for your language learning is the online. This is Goethe Institute's like completely free digital library, and you can borrow any of those books or music or movies completely for free. It doesn't cost anything, and it just gives the entire language a better context. You can understand in what kind of situation, what kind of sentence has to be spoken or has to be said and things like that. So like, that is also very important. This is new, nobody knew about this till now, and yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, and most important, it's for free, so
yeah,
you have nothing to lose. And the third point is setting a daily goal, and I think that's really important, and I think you have to bring some structure in your learning. because otherwise it will be really difficult.
Yeah, for example, I used to always have, I will cover 3 pages of the book every single day, whatever I was doing. So even till B1 I did like that, B2 I did like that, C1 I never really touched. But it's like if you do very strong B2, then you're already at a level of C1. There are no like very sharp line that hey, this is exactly A2, this is exactly B1. Like you're always falling in middle of these kind of levels. So if you have a strong B2, you're already like ready for test stuff, and then you can write it and like you can also clear it out that way. But having daily goals of how many number of pages or how many new words you want to learn, that is extremely important.
The 4th point is revising in the morning and at night. And yeah, I think I have never learned German, so you can just talk about this.
So that's what I used to do. For example, you go through all of the pages, you go through 5 pages that you have set for yourself for the day, and then afterwards you list out all of the words on the side, and you have a proper notebook. Well, India has so many lovely notebooks.
He loves Indian stationery.
Yeah, I absolutely love Indian stationery, that's true, and I would always pick a new notebook to like start writing things down. So for me that was the motivation, that was the ritual, that as soon as I have these 5 pages done, I have marked all of the new words, I will write them down in the notebook, and I will write them with the noun. So for example, das, der, die, and I will also write them in the context, like you speak this in this and this tone. So like these kind of information filled that notebook, and it was very important that I go through them in the morning as soon as I wake up, because your concentration is at the best at that time, and also at night, because sometimes people are actually more able to perceive new information at night. So like that's also a better way.
Point number 5 is watching German series, movies, whatever, with English subtitles. I used to do that when I was learning English. I used to watch Gossip Girl in English.
She still does. She still does.
Okay, anyways. I used to watch with German subtitles. That used to really help me, and I think I could have never learned so much how I did with those movies or series.
Actually, my approach to that could be a bit different. For example, I first of all went and checked all of the German miniseries which are available on the YouTube, and also maybe on Deutsche Welle website, maybe on some alumni dot portals. Like there's so many different places where you can find these things. The ones that I liked was, there was this series called Extra auf Deutsch, then the second one was Harry Gefangen in der Zeit. You can find a lot of them, there is like plenty of them. And regarding the part of using like German videos or movies to like learn language, I actually used to listen the audio in English but have the subtitles in German, so that I can actually see what it is being translated to. Because if your listening level is not that great, you wouldn't be able to understand so many things already. So maybe at those times this could be better. Yeah. Alina is trying to shoo the cat away.
The cat is doing something, but she is not. Yeah, but I found that watching in English and reading the German subtitles, that used to help me a lot. So you have to see what is better for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's very important to understand. I mean, maybe to improve your listening, then you can like do both. For example, like German audio and German subtitles. If your reading is good but listening isn't, now I think you have to just play around with these.
But one thing again is like, if a series is really interesting, like Gossip Girl, and then you just want to understand, so you are really trying to focus on what is going on there, and then you just read the German and you try to understand the English. So I think...
I wish you told me about your passion of Gossip Girls before we started dating.
No, I'm not the biggest fan, but
yeah.
I just like to watch it.
So the 6th tip is visiting a language school. Now this is something which might not be possible for you if you're in a place which is, for example, a small city where there are not so many like schools or language schools for German or anything like that. Then of course it gets a bit difficult, but if you're in some of the major cities in India, like you can just see what kind of language school is the best. So for example, are they flexible? Are they teaching German faster? Because all of those things play a very important role in how much like money you're spending, how much time you're investing. I think money is still like a second priority, because you would like really understand the reason like why everybody who is rich, or I don't know, like who is having a lot of money, that they always try to save their time, because they understand that time is the most important asset that anybody can have. And this is like really true, and everybody should understand that even if, for example, there is some institute which is a bit too pricey but they are teaching you German faster, I mean, you can opt for it. But again, then you have to see like if you can manage the finances.
What is really good, and I think newer, is online courses. And there's this online course of Michael, and he's a native German. So I'm also native German, but I could never teach because it's just not something I like. But he's really passionate about his teaching, and I think
yeah, that too. I mean, he's also a professional. He has been like teaching German to foreigners for the last 20 years. He has a master's in the languages, so like he studied, I think, Turkish for masters and like some other languages to complete his studies and stuff. So like in general, like he's a professional and he can do it, and not everybody has to know how to do it.
And he's offering this online course, and we have only heard good things from students about it. So we recommend that online course, but that is something you have to see if you would rather go to Language Institute or if you would take an online course. Like he said, for some people it's not possible to go to a Language Institute, then maybe they can check out the option for online course, and that could be really beneficial.
Yeah, that anyways, for example, in the online courses, you just save a lot of time in like not commuting to somewhere. You don't spend like, I don't know, an hour to go to some place and an hour coming back. Now sometimes, so like
Indian traffic.
Yeah, sometimes
crazy,
it's kind of difficult. So like for me, like time is the most important thing, and every single day I fight with the clock. It's like, hey, I just have 24 hours in the day, but I still want to have more stuff done. So if you're in that kind of situation, then you know, online courses could be something for you.
I just want to make one lifestyle what is it called, example. So we were booking our little vacation after his masters. We wanted to celebrate that he finally finished his masters. So there were 2 flights available. Either I had to go to Berlin and then I had to fly for 10 hours, or either I would fly from Hamburg in the morning just for 3 hours, and it was just 50-60 euros extra. So I went for, of course, the flight which will save more time.
Yeah, so like it's important to see like how you can save your time in different places, and if an online course is something for you, you can go for it. If you actually want to be among other people and, you know, be taught by a physical person, like of course person is physical, but still, like if you want to be taught in real life by somebody, and you know, have that kind of like classroom interaction, then language classes could be something for you. Now the number 8 is a lot of writing and speaking, and I am really passionate about writing. This is also the reason I have been like, I don't know, writing these small PDFs these days, or even like wrote the book that I have, like Moving Abroad. I just realized that, you know, it just helps me a lot in learning anything, or like keeping in touch with the language. Like once you start writing, your brain starts working into like all different kind of things, because you see a blank paper and you want to put words on it, but your brain has to work to put those words, which could be like really nice. Now, so like writing is a personal favorite of mine. Even in school, when I used to have exams or something, I used to write things quite a few times in advance, like 2-3 times I would write, and then I was like, all right, this is perfect, I can like go and write the exam. Now, so this is also true in language learning. Like whenever you start writing essays and you get them checked with your like German native PENPAL or something, this is going to help you in really massive ways. And also like speaking has the same kind of effect. If you can somehow schedule calls once a week or once a month or anything, whatever suits you, with that person, it is going to be very beneficial, because then you would also be able to understand whatever things you write into what you can speak. But I think writing is still a very important part of the journey to speaking the language properly. So this is what I think. Writing is something you should definitely emphasize on. Don't take it seriously, and it is going to help you a lot.
And then I just wanted to mention grammar, because a lot of people are stressed out about grammar. And grammar in German is something, or at least is der die das, which you just have to learn. For me, there's no logical explanation. When I was even in the elementary school, they used to just give us so many exercises where it just gets stuck in your brain. So
yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like some really good teachers will actually tell you the tricks on like what are the words with das, what are the words with der, die. But you will still, like, no matter how many tips and tricks they give you, you will still find exceptions there. But in general, I wouldn't really stress out too much about grammar. Like, I cleared test staff and I'm at C1 level right now. I don't know, even C2, who knows. But it's just that grammar never really disturbs you too much in your ability to speak a language. Like, the other person will still be fine. Every once in a while they will correct you, but the most important thing is that you're able to communicate with them properly. They are not going to be like, oh, this noun was supposed to be neuter and he said it as feminine, like this is not German. That's not true. Like, they understand it, it's fine. Like, sometimes even for Germans too, it's hard. Sometimes they make mistakes there too, but it's fine. Like, you will learn that with time, and grammar isn't something that you should be too much worried about. Don't let it paralyze you so that you're not able to proceed with any kind of language learning at all.
And for example, my family, they already live here since 24 years.
Yeah.
And they still sometimes make mistakes when they talk German. So it's fine. But for me, of course, it's different because I grew up here, I went to school, so it's just natural. But for everybody who is a foreigner and learns German, it will come with time for sure. So
don't worry too much about the German grammar, it is going to come with time. And with this, we want to stop our video and thank you for watching. Also, there's a very important joining form. So like, we have this big community, and if you are a part of it, you will be able to receive all of the important updates that I have going on. For example, some update about Germany, something about language learning, about which I'm going to write an email to that community soon. So like, once you join the email list, you will be able to get all of these updates. The link for that is going to be in the description, so like, definitely don't forget to check it out.
We also have by Alina Chaudhry. You should check out my channel and my blog. And yes, I think that's it.
Yeah, alright, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.